Hey, what's up? A gracious good morning to you, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It is Monday morning. It's April 21st, and it is 4:08 in the a.m. You know, I am sitting here just going over internet tidbits, bits and pieces of information, and I just saw a video. I know it's true. Try not to think about it, but I know it's true. I've heard it before. I know it's true. I've read about it before. I know it's true. Notice how I keep saying I know it's true. I'll tell you why. I keep repeating I know it's true. I'm one of those people who is brutally frank. Yeah, I even designed myself a t-shirt that says, don't ask me if you don't want to know the truth. If you want something sugar-coated, buy a donut. Yes, I do have that t-shirt. Um, that being said, I'm going to take you back to something that happened last week. And, you know, I want to say it's a reoccurring theme in my life. Okay, so last week, got an email about something that was urgent. Said it needed to be handled urgently. But the idea of urgent meant, okay, this person can wait almost a week until we can deal with it. That's not urgent to me. Urgent means it has to be done quick, fast, and in a hurry. So, in my addressing the urgency, you know, I had to say, you know, no, this is not a viable option. This is not a viable option. And somebody read more into it than what needed to be read into it. Well, why don't you want such and such to happen? It's not a matter of what I want. You asked me to fix a problem that you said was urgent. Okay, so I'm telling you, you know, a quick, fast, and in a hurry solution to your urgent problem. But you chose to think that my rejecting certain ideas was a rejection of the overall need to address the problem that you presented. In other words, it was a veiled angry black woman trope, thinly veiled. And the reason I say the angry black woman trope is because I won't let you now, as we say in the hood, and I'm going to be polite, urinate and tell me it's raining. You know, drop waste and then tell me it doesn't matter. In other words, you know, I'm supposed to look the other way and go along to get along, however wrong, however biased the information is, because it came from you. And you can't possibly be biased because you've read some books or you've seen some things on TV. You know, I can't remember the woman's name in The Color Purple, but I've always been good to you people, kind of conversation. And you can't come to me with that, because I'm going to call you on it on every opportunity. And people know this about me, so now I'm the angry black woman. No, I'm holding you accountable for your madness. There's a difference. And you're upset because I'm holding you accountable, because in your mind, you have a place relegated for me and I'm way out of my place. Let's call it what it is. I'm supposed to just yassa and, like I said, go along to get along. And I'm not that person. And I'm not the one to ask to do something only to have you cop an attitude about the way that I did it. I wasn't looking for help. You were. That part. And I hate to say it, more and more, the notion of entitlement and privilege is revealing itself. And then people are getting upset because they're called on it. Now, for me, you just say this: get mad and stay mad if what I said keeps your sense of entitlement and privilege in the forefront of your mind. I don't care if you ever speak to me again. You need to be honest about that. I know I made an impact because you're not speaking to me, and I want it to stay that way. As I said last week, I got caught sleeping on myself, and I realized that somebody was using me as a source of information. Not that they were going to change anything, but they felt like they were because, they had me as a resource. Well, I know why. They didn't say this, but it was basically what they didn't say. Oh, I know why you people feel this way now because you told me. I'm sorry. I am not the voice of Negropedia. And I said that last week. Don't believe everything that you see on TV or that you read, because that's just one person's experience. And I can guarantee you, if it's in a book, that person's experience has been cleaned up a little bit by editors to make it palatable to the general public. That part. Learn to read the room. Bottom line, learn to read the room. Most folks are expected to be able to read the room, except those who are exerting entitlement and privilege. And they tend to believe that the room is theirs and always has been, so they don't have to read it. That's my thought. And I'm just going to leave you with that little tidbit as you become more familiar with what I discuss and how I discuss it. Learn to read the room.